Hello, 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 everyone. I know I'm seeing Kelly. We are late. What a day. We're lucky that the show even happened. Number one, my guest all of a sudden had technical difficulties, so he couldn't make it. So I've got to have him on next week, and we're going to do it on the Skype platform instead of the Be Live TV. And poor George, like he was like running in the house like a sprint, trying to make it time. And then Joe, who is, my producer, and he runs everything at the network out in New Orleans. Well, he was running late too. He didn't
Good.
even get to do his show. He played an archive, but of course, the last few weeks I've been playing archives on and off because of the fact that, I'm out here with my mom. She's about ready to go for open heart surgery next week. So there's just been so much craziness is going on. It's been like rescheduled 3 times. Hey, everybody. So it has just been absolutely crazy. And, I don't know about you or everybody else. And George, since you're here with me, I'll ask you. But I was talking to my middle daughter the other day, and she's the one who's very, very connected like I am. So, and she's really into yoga. She's a very strong empath. She hasn't really kind of grasped all of her abilities, but she's coming with one. And we were talking about how the energy
It's changing.
seems to be
Heavy.
different.
It's very heavy right now. I've noticed it in the last week when that volcano, honestly, when it erupted, the one that just happened recently in Guadalajara, or was it Guatemala?
Yeah,
Or okay,
the Guatemala.
Guatemala. Thank you. I was talking to somebody, and that day or 2 days prior, somebody goes, "Hey, how's everybody feeling?" I have felt my shoulders just be like this pressure of complete pressure, just pushing me down on my head. I was cranky. I was just a jerk. And you know what? I was just feeling all this pressure for what's going on, and I truly feel it has everything to do what's going on in this world with the veil. We're forgetting about the veil aspect about this whole thing. I'm thinking about whatever's going on in this world because you called this about a month ago. You said that things are going to start happening. You said that, with all the volcanoes erupting, that, what, this is a sign. And you guys better open your eyes up and start, getting your canned food out, preparing for doomsday, because we're next to get hit with earthquakes. The big was, what's going to be going on now is earthquakes, because these volcanoes are just like pissed off, and the pressure and end of the world is coming stuff. And I've been feeling it, and I've talked to a lot of empaths, and I think yourself, because I see you nodding your head, that you're feeling the same type of pressure. I feel great today. In the last 24 hours, oh my God, I went back to live feeds in the morning because I feel normal.
Right. But it seems like, and that's the thing. It's like sometimes, like when we're going through like Mercury retrograde or whatever, we'll, feel all the tension and stress, and we have a lot of bad luck and all that stuff happens. And then, like at this time, it's supposed to change over. So things should get better and the energy lightens up. Or if, say, there's a solar flare that we're going to get hit with, usually that's when you'll start seeing a lot of people who are empathic posting about, oh my gosh, this is crazy. But it's temporary. This, though, seems to have, again, last week since the big volcanic eruptions, it has really disrupted something because
Yep.
it's coming in waves. It's not happening all the time. Like one day you feel just really tired, but that's it. Then the
Yep.
next day you've got a lot of energy, but you're not just feeling so right. The next day you're cranky as hell. You're not yourself. You absolutely know it. The next
Exactly.
day you're like all back to your fun, nice self.
Yeah.
My daughter, she's just like, oh my gosh, I'm like, I really bipolar or what's really going on, Mom? And I'm like, no, you're just very strong, empath. And again, the stronger you are, the more you are connected with these energy fields, the more you feel the differences.
Absolutely.
See, I have no like makeup on, like I look horrible, so I apologize. But people, I haven't been getting any sleep. I've been like just working 7 days a week. It is absolutely crazy. So I apologize for all that, but
do you want to go back to the green room and get ready? I mean, I could take these people on right now. You want?
oh, I'm not leaving you in control of this ship again unless it is an absolute emergency. You got me once.
Yes.
That was your fault.
That was my
You got
fault.
me the second time. That was my fault because I had to take that call.
Well, I'll tell you, it feels like
third time because
no.
I'm still, getting like the alligator, pics in they don't have my address, so they're sending them to me in my messenger. So thank you so much. I appreciate you for that.
I got you, girl. It's okay. But you know what? Back to you. You always look nice to us. You're always a chipper mood. We appreciate you being here. But you know what? Back to the volcano situations. If I could just go back for a second,
Yes.
the one we need to go back on is, you know what? There's a volcano not too far from that's what Shasta, and I'm getting to the point where it's our turn. The way it's spreading itself out, we got to keep an eye on that one. That one right there. If we can play guessing games, like I can say every morning, "Hey, there's gonna be an earthquake today. There's gonna be an earthquake today." But I truly feel we got something coming on really hard, and we all need to really go think about this one.
Well, you remember, it said like this isn't going to be something that's just going to be the West Coast. Like this is going to be like a chain reaction, and we're seeing, not only eruptions, but dormant volcanoes waking up, and other ones, haven't erupted, and we haven't seen an eruption of them all of a sudden erupting, and we've got new activity at these new ones. And again, the bigger one in Hawaii, that's the one I worry about, because in the past when that erupted and part of the volcano collapsed, it didn't collapse inside, it collapsed outside and it fell into the ocean. And that caused this huge catastrophic tsunami that happened, way back then. So we could absolutely be looking at another repeat of that, unfortunately. And so again, we never know how this happened. We do know that earthquakes are repetitive. History repeats itself over and over. So it's just like tornadoes. If you live in tornado, season area, you can pretty much, rest assured you're going to have some tornadoes. Why anybody would want to live where they have tornadoes, I have no idea, because I feel like, they have a lot of them. So it's like you're either going to be really lucky or everything's going to be wiped out. That's too often for me. At least our earthquakes, it might like crumble some stuff, put some stuff on fire, but we usually can make it out of all that. But again, a huge tsunami. And I did say from the Pre Cogs that I was getting, I saw multiple eruptions, not only ones that we always see erupt, but new ones that we hadn't seen erupt for a long time. So we see that happening. I was talking about larger earthquakes showing up. We've seen that. We talked about on the West Coast, activity increasing on the West Coast. And I think that the night that we did the show, I had said that, I was looking something, at least above a 4.0 in the Bay Area, in San Francisco area. And I think it was like the very next day one. And it's funny because I don't realize how many people actually listen to the show, but a lot of people do. So it's either my email for the show, or if they're friends with me on Facebook, they'll send me the links to the USGS. And, I was just like, wow, interesting.
You were absolutely right. It was a day and a half later, because I remember you did talk about that. And a day and a half later is when we had the earthquake over here in the West Coast. It was a 4.1. It was just like, and I remember calling you, and
it was like Oakland, right? Wasn't it like in Oakland?
It was in what do you call it? Berkeley / right in the same area. And
right.
I remember calling you or texting, and I said, "Oh my God, do you remember what we just talked about a day and a half ago?" Or blah blah blah. You called it like that, and I was amazing. But I see it all not getting any better. But at the same time, I feel better today. I don't feel all the pressure anymore. But like you said with your daughter, and I'm sure everybody else, I was feeling everything I could. The pressure was killing me. I was tired. It's just something was going down, and it was real bad. But
yeah, and and again, for the listeners that are there and people in the chat room, I mean, feel free. Some people have said the energy's been off, as well. They've been really tired. So, if you have an idea of what you think it might be, do you think it's due to all of this? Yeah, I think a lot's going on, and again, we're definitely feeling the effects of it. Felix, hey Felix, I haven't seen or heard from you for a long time. Nice to have you at the show. Says Dutch Sense is the guy to follow if you really want to be up to date on volcanic and earthquake activity. He has 100% prediction accuracy. And I will definitely say, yes, I have talked about Dutch Sense in the past. Renee and I multiple times tried to get him to come on the show, but he really does. He just does his YouTube stream and doesn't do other interviews. So as far as his forecasting and stuff, it is very accurate. What I try to do is when I have my precogs, I will write them down, usually post about them or talk about them on a show, and then I will here and there people will send me, or I will check Dutch Sense's channel, and a lot of times it's very similar to what I'm getting. So it's very interesting. Again, I'm getting it through precog information. He's getting it through knowing how to scientifically read this stuff and be able to forecast earthquakes. And now even, he says he doesn't predict volcanic eruptions, but I think when you're doing it that long and you're seeing the things that happen and how it all connects, everything kind of travels in a path. I mean, there's kind of a way to it. So it would make sense that if you're seeing multiple places where they erupt a lot, you will know things to look for. And I think that he's very, very interesting guy. He does have very accurate. I just try not to watch those kinds of things. I just try to get the information and then again just put it out there and then see what happens. So, but yes, a lot of people send me his video. Sean Terrell says, "What's the Illuminati up to?" Well, I will tell you, I think there's so much going on in the Illuminati. I think that it's kind of interesting that we've seen things slow down a little bit as far as them. So many major things happening all at one time. It's almost like they've kind of retreated to the shadows again, where they can do a lot more. But I think with our new president and him really not going with the flow with everything like they expect a president to do. I always laugh when people say, "Oh, well, the president, he didn't do this and he didn't do that." I'm like, "Oh, you really believe the president has that much power, do you?"
No, he answers to somebody too.
That's right. That's right.
Absolutely.
So anybody who wants to believe that he's the head honcho and anything he wants to do or say goes, now he gets away with a lot. Yeah. But look, we know from you just looking back at history that if you try to do your own thing and not follow the rules, you may not end up being around.
You'd be in like cement shoes, middle of a lake.
That or another assassination, from a completely different area, with a whole new scenario and narrative to it. So, but I will say that as far as with my precogs, like, I hate to say it, and I said this last year, so for people who've been following the show for a while, you'll know when I did the 2018 predictions, I did talk about like this year we were going to see more darkness, more fighting, more controversy. Like it was going to hit us from everywhere. And that's very true because we've been seeing all that. We see it online. We see it on social media. We see it on television. We see it in the movies. It's in the video games. All of our news is like, everybody, look at how they had us believing that, we were going to bomb Korea. They were going to bomb us and everybody was going to be demolished and had everybody freaked out, mad. Everybody was debating it all over social media. And I kept saying, man, what are you so mad about? Because that is not even going to happen. Same thing with end of the world. When people say, "Oh my God, it's the end of the world," I think, "Oh, I mean, again, I won't say that I'm 100% accurate all the time, but I will say that I am pretty damn accurate, most of the time."
I'll tell you what, I remember when we all fell into the trap, at least I did, when we went from 1999 to the year 2000, I stood in front of a couple of ATM machines because I was waiting for the money to kick out.
Right, right.
Oh, come on. I'm waiting right now because everybody says ATM machines are going to spit money out. I was guilty. I swear I sat in front of an ATM machine and I got nothing. I was like, what the heck?
Shit, I
So
went and drew all my money out
it was
before
crazy.
that. I was
But
like,
no,
"I'm gonna go party away. If we're not gonna have computers anymore, you sure so I ain't gonna keep my money."
no, absolutely. So, when people start making these predictions of the end of the world, blah, 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 it's like, come on. I do feel that, we have something that is creeping up on us. I do. I will agree with you. And you've definitely enlightened me on it. I do feel that you're absolutely right. We are looking at stuff with these volcanoes are they're dead and they're asleep. But you know what? They're starting to wake up. There's too much pressure down, miles and miles and miles and miles down in the middle of the core, and they gotta release somehow, and that's what they're starting to do right now. And that's
That's
our fault. That's our fault.
Oh
We've
yeah,
treated
especially with all the fracking.
we've treated this world like it's like living for today. Don't I mean live for today because you don't know if you're going to be alive tomorrow. Well, we've all been treating this earth like it's been basically we'll just worry about it 30 years, 100 years from now. This world is tired. This globe is really tired.
Well, we're also seeing a time, okay, if you follow, earthquakes, and we try to like map them, and Renee would like keep track of all of them and stuff like that, you would see a lot of them in the same areas. And those
Yep.
are same areas where we have the fracking operations and the thermal vents and all of that. So again, and they started doing it in Hawaii, and Hawaii protested. They didn't want them there, and everything, and they ended up putting them there anyway. So they've got all kinds of them. So it's not surprising that when you have a huge volcano like that really erupt, like, it's not like, okay, here's a little grumble here, a little rumble here. This was a major activity that was happening. When you're having like 500 in a day, that, people know something, is definitely up. But of course, if this thing is going to go, you don't think that the land under it isn't going to fissure apart and make all of these open? Of course it is.
Yep.
The magma goes all underneath. Hell yeah.
I want you to think about this one real quick and interject on you. My buddy's up in North Shore, up in Nevada, and Lake Tahoe is an actual. They say it's a volcano itself. The water is okay. He was up there a couple of days ago, and he literally said, "Look, you got to check this out." He sent me a picture, and I should have saved it. Hundreds of fish are dead washing up on the North Shore of Lake Tahoe. Why is that the gases from the lake, or is that 'cause that's a volcano itself. Lake Tahoe
Right,
is actually a volcano itself.
right.
Filled it. So it makes me think like, wait a second, what if that's the I know what if, but hey, I'll tell you what. Why is there hundreds of fish? It was hundreds of fish washing up on North Shore over the weekend, not we're Thursday now. So this past weekend. So is that are these
I'll have to look it up.
are these volcanoes actually all connected somehow? I mean I'm not the smartest cat, but it's somehow is it like a bunch of veins going out to all these volcanoes? I mean I don't know, but I don't
Well,
know
and
how
a
it
lot
works.
of the volcanoes do go out, and we've got a lot of underwater volcanoes off the West Coast,
Right.
especially out towards Oregon.
There you go.
Got
Yeah.
some major ones out there. So, but again, they really don't talk about those because they don't want people, worried about
Freaking
all this
out.
stuff. That's why nobody wants to talk about the increase of activity in Yellowstone.
Oh yes, you're
And
absolutely right.
before we get to Yellowstone, let's give some shout outs because we got all kinds of comments and I can't even catch up. Okay,
Oh,
so hey, Kara, she is here. And Pat, nice to see you. Elaine, thanks for joining us. Chelsea. Oh, Michelle LeBaron. Hey, Mish, how are you? Corvinus Tyra Lucian. You probably screwed that all up as usual, but
that's all
welcome.
right.
Let's see. Okay, everybody's okay. Elaine says, we're all messed up if Yellowstone goes, and boy, oh boy, girl, are you right. Let's see. Sean Terrell says, please stay relevant. Not really sure what that comment meant, but we just kind of talk whatever we want. Pat says, think I saw something about a big fire in Mexico, also 4 fires in Orange County today. Yeah, I mean, again, but that was what we talked about in the precogs of all these things increasing. And again, we get all kinds of stuff that's being sent in on a daily basis, showing that. Kara saying, I will chance an earthquake over a tornado any day. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, Sean was talking about, we weren't talking about the Illuminati fast enough, but I'm trying to keep up on all of the stuff. Hey, Chasey, nice to see you. Chasey wants to know about Yellowstone. A lot of people about Yellowstone. All right, well, I'm saying, hold on. Michelle says Pyramid Lake has an underwater volcano and it's linked to Tahoe.
Wait. Is Pyramid Lake on the top of the Grapevine towards LA? Is that the one? That's Pyramid Lake there. Is that correct?
I don't know, Michelle, and she's listening, obviously. She'll answer us. Kelly says, hey, Kelly, nice to see you. Kelly says, something is tugging on this planet and or planets. It's not just this planet, it's the whole solar system. We have oceans receding, earthquakes, mass animal die-offs, strange weather patterns, volcanoes active. Very, very true. And again, Kelly, you've been following the show for a long time, and we've talked about every single one of these things. And again, they're happening. I mean, some people theorize that it has to do with, Planet X coming or Planet Nibiru. To be absolutely honest, I'm still on the fence with all of that, because something that big that would be that close, where people are posting pictures of, being able to see it at certain times and all of this, you would think it would be so much more massive, and they'd have to constantly spray to be able to hide people from being able to see this. So, I don't really know how I am on that theory, but as far as energy, obviously something's happening, and that who knows if it's in our whole solar system. Things might be very interesting for sure.
Well, I think like 20 minutes ago, you were talking about, I think it did affect a lot of us. We're all feeling the same symptoms from your daughter. When you start talking about your daughter, it's exact same symptoms, from being cranky, tired, pressure, just we all have the same symptoms, and it's just something's going on. And no panic. It's just the pressure, and I think that's when the volcanoes started, when all this stuff started happening.
I want to say real quick a shout out to our longtime listener, Pat, and I want to say hi to her cousin, who is now a new listener. So welcome, Cora. So glad to have you. Was able to do a little reading when I got to meet her this time. I'll tell you too, that's one thing that I absolutely love about doing my radio show. Like, I meet so many amazing people that listen to the show and are in the chat.
Thank you.
You too. But look at how it was when I finally met you in person, and I brought you around the group and stuff like that. And I mean, you just fit right in. I 100%, I can connect with people when I talk to them online. And a lot of times I'll video chat them, because then that way nothing gets lost in translation and things,
right.
No misunderstandings. But when I get the opportunity after talking to people for a while online, you already feel like you know them. So exactly. It's like you just have this feeling that, oh my gosh, I just would love to meet you in person. Now, see, I'm telling you, sometimes I'm not very smart, because somebody could be, a serial killer portraying that they're just this really nice person. And then, yeah, exactly. we know I have what? Final destination luck.
Oh, my Lord.
Final destination luck. So, yeah. So I can't do all that. But, I have absolutely could say that I have met some amazing people when I go to the conferences, when I go to different events, when we're doing dinner with the ghosts, all of those things. And I either meet them there and then they become a listener, or they find the show somehow, they become a listener, and then they come to an event that I'm going to do. And
Oh,
I love it. I love
I
that connection.
see. That's how That's how myself and then you have Michelle and yourself too. That's why the Facebook people call it. You're addicted to that. I fall in love with these people. I fell in love with your friendship like that, and you just fall in love with people's friendship that you just don't want to. You just wish that you can reach out and touch them, And Michelle's really good at that. She does her morning things, and I do mine, and you do yours, and etc. But I
I
do
haven't done
think
mine in a while. You guys are definitely taking over the lead, which is
no.
completely okay. Because you know what? Now I'll see Michelle's or I'll see yours, and it's like I don't even need to do one because you guys are like I've already said it all. It's amazing. You guys have encompassed everything. All I would do is do a video and say, "Hey, this is Christina. I just wanted to say go check out George and Michelle's videos for the morning. They're inspirational. They're smart. They got a lot of good advice. And go. It's perfect."
Yeah, but you're that mafia. You're like the main cheese. Or like kiss the ring. Go ahead, just kiss the ring. That's you. It's like just kiss the ring. Go ahead, George and Michelle. But kiss the ring.
No, I no, never. I so wish success for everybody in this field. See, and that's the thing. And I told you before. I mean,
Yep.
like I told a lot of people, and they meet me online. And again, I think that people's like how people are seen online are so different. Just because I'm in the public eye and just because I'm on a radio show, I mean, people think I'm some huge para celebrity, and
You are. You're
no,
totally. Yes, you are. Yes, you. I mean,
no,
what? Okay,
no.
you are. It is what it is. Just accept it because I'm not stroking you. We've been friends now for years. It feels like years. You are a para celeb. You are a total celeb. And you know
No.
what? Yes.
I don't ever want, I thought like the whole title thing for so many years. I didn't even like to be called a psychic because it just had such a bad ring to it. And celebrity, same thing. It hits me the same way. Because I feel like when you feel like you're a celebrity, it's all about your ego. It's not about what you're doing.
Well,
It's not about the difference you're making.
but that's different between, let's say, you and myself and etc. Where you know what I am, you are exactly who you are right now. You're exactly who you are in person that you are now, as well as I. There's no apps, And what I love about you is the fact that you are. When I first met you, when we went to go look at stars, we took that trip and we looked at meteors and stuff like that. I was starstruck. I'm look at no bullshit. I was like, what do I say? What do I do? Do I hug her? Do I just shake her hand? But you know what? You got to just accept. You've done such great things for myself and all of us. So you're not a celeb. Fine, you don't want to be a celeb, but just be
Yeah, I
thankful.
don't want to be
But
I,
you're we are blessed. We are blessed to have you in our life. We are so blessed because you are a good spoken person. You speak for us. You speak for everybody. If there's something going on in negative or positive, it's always nice to have someone like you on our side. So, and you look great with no makeup. I don't even give a shit. You look good.
Well, I appreciate your friendship for sure. And I mean, again, I feel honored that people see me in that light. But again, see, that's the thing is I don't feel myself in competition with other people, nor do I want to be in competition with anybody.
Then it's no fun. Then it's no fun. It'd
And
be like,
well, no, you know what? Then it's changed what you're doing it for.
you
I didn't get into this field to have to deal with drama. I didn't to get in it to make friends. I didn't get it to do all these different things. I did it to come and help and to educate people and exactly what I was told I was supposed to do. And that's what I've done. And it's been a hard road. It's been a rocky road. I've had to learn a lot of this just growing up, just the hard way.
right.
But it's made me who I am, and I've always tried to stay very grounded. I grew up around a lot of boys, so it's like, am I very opinionated? Plus, I'm Italian, so it's like, am I very opinionated? Absolutely. Can I be very blunt? Yeah.
Yes.
Am I sarcastic? Most of the time,
But that makes you though. That's what makes you fun. That's who you are. You're the one that you go camping with, and there's like a fake snake at the end of a fishing line, and people are walking through the meadows, and you're hiding behind a tree with this pulling this snake that's not real, scaring the crap out of people.
Yeah. And
That
big plastic Halloween spiders, that's perfect for
yeah,
camping in somebody's
that's
bed right at night.
there
Yeah.
you go. That's you. But that's what makes you. That's why I look at everybody's gonna be like this guy. Tell this guy to shut up. That's why we adore you. My wife and I adore you. You know
Well,
you're. You know what it is. You know what? I know we're talking about other stuff, but you know what? I'd really like to touch something for just a second. Is we talked about negativity stuff in the paranormal. Is there a possible way that we could talk about the positive stuff that's going on paranormal? Is there any way that we can fill that in? Because I know you got your stuff going on, but you know, a few weeks ago we talked about negative. I just want to put that negative back in the drawer and talk about the positive things that, you know, the positive stuff that's going on in the paranormal. Because there's a lot of it. There really is. We're just, you know, we're always so sucked into the negative, you know?
I do. I think I'm probably like it got like 20 minutes to the or 15 minutes to the top of the hour. I think I need to like multi think about this as we go because it's kind of hard right now to find like positive things in the paranormal. But we're gonna pull together a few. I'm sure you're Mr. Positivity. So
I'm
see,
trying.
I swear it's like this brother sister like show where you're where I was a long time ago. Where
Good cop, bad cop. Good cop,
yes,
bad cop.
and when I first got in, I was just so excited about everything, and I didn't want to offend anybody. And then I just tried to just be all about love and light.
Yeah.
And instead, I got trashed and hated on, and just completely ripped apart. And I could have just went and cowered and crawled away and said and quit because a lot of people do that. And
Right.
unfortunately, a lot of people feel that they're forced out because they feel like otherwise they're never going to get any peace. And that to me is sad. But I'm not one of those people. So I came back, and I decided, you know what? Screw it. They don't want me at events. I don't need to be at events. I'll do a radio show.
Yep.
And then I don't got to go nowhere. And I can hopefully reach more people than I was reaching at these events. And so, right. I mean, it took a long time again. But here we are. So it's interesting how it all kind of unfolds. But unfortunately, I've just seen a lot as years go on, we get a lot more negativity in this field than positivity. But again, you're that good cop, I'll be the bad cop. And I'm sure we'll find a few things we can talk about. But on Monday, on Saturday,
I can't wait.
Saturday, I'm doing a special show.
And tell him, G. Wait a second.
I'm just going to do this all on my own because we were supposed to do the Call Out the Bully show recently. And here's a positive thing that the majority of the people who it was intended for, without ever naming any names, so pretty much if they thought we were talking about them, we probably were. So, but we didn't put their name out there. And we just said, if you don't stop posting crap about people, if you don't stop, sending private messages telling people to choose sides, or else if you don't stop sending rumors and stuff through the private messages and or starting stuff and then acting like a victim on your page, then we were going to let the victims call out. We weren't going to call them out. We were going to let the victims. Well, you were, but
I got no. You know what? You've taught me something. I've turned into a Christina George myself. I was ready just to open my big mouth because I got to the point where I just, you know what? You don't have to like me. You don't have to like me. I'm sorry.
I think that's and I'm probably going to get a lot of hate mail for this comment, but I think that you have to get to survive in this field. Like, I feel like you have to join, you got to like go to war, like just to be part of the paranormal. And that, to be honest, like I love the people that I meet through this field that are like-minded.
Yeah.
But I'll also tell you, I have wasted a whole lot of time investigating and traveling to see people that were just complete assholes and, have no respect for what we do. And and some really bad people. So it's all over the place, but it's time, everybody seemed to, they didn't apologize, but I told you, I'd never thought that was going to happen.
See, but that's for a moment, hold on. Now you're the good cop and I'm the bad cop. Because I said, wait a second, Miss G. I didn't hear any apologies from any of these people. So let's just do it. But then I
I
became
had to
Brit Cog.
remind you. Yeah,
You
I
remind,
had.
yeah. I'm almost because I was. Look at you know what, and it would have been really nasty, and it would have been because I again, it would have been nasty.
Right.
But you're absolutely right. The fact that they whoever it was and whoever it doesn't matter anymore. Whoever it was, the fact that they stopped. Maybe they looked in the mirror and said, you know what, I need to put myself in check. I need to put myself in check. And the people I know I know who the bullies are. They have. And if they're listening tonight, thank you so much because you know what?
100%.
100% thank you because you know what? You're all of you, and you know who I'm talking to. You are good at what you do, but we need to work together in the paranormal. Remember that. We need to work together. And every time we say brothers and sisters, that's what we are, brothers and sisters. And you just got to remember
But
that.
but even if we can't work together, because again, this is a big field, and a lot of people's, we just don't mesh with other people. So
Then you don't
it's an
investigate.
independent thing. So if you don't, the thing is like, don't go trashing people and trying to hurt
No.
their reputation behind the scenes to try to, make friends. Because eventually it's gonna backfire for sure. And again, I don't know. I'm sure it's the same on other coastline, but I know on the West Coast, like we all know each other, especially in like Northern California. Like, so it was like a really, if you want to work in events, like you probably don't want to like get in big feuds and start causing problems with people. We all know each other, and
Well,
so
in the last 6 months, I found out how small this paranormal really is in the West.
try to tell you.
You're absolutely. It is so small because everybody knows everybody all of a sudden, and you know what? You're absolutely right. It's not as big as it. The West Coast is the West Coast, West
Yeah.
Side, and
Well, it's a very big field, but the thing is when it comes to events and
it's the same
like getting
people.
opportunities to do stuff at places where maybe other people wouldn't get the chance to do it,
Right?
that's a very small circle,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's a dominant
You're frozen, Miss G.
after everybody. I'll probably be next, so we're just gonna like get rid of you real quick. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's piranhas. It's cutthroat. It's like
Well.
it's like the mafia. It's got its levels of where you rank, and
Yeah.
so I personally, I try to just stay to myself. I try to do things with my own group. I don't
Oh, that's
put
what I
in.
try to do. That's what I try. I try to keep to myself in the last 3, 4 weeks, and I got people mad at me saying, "Why
Of
don't
course,
you call me? Why don't you? Don't you care anymore? Don't you this? Don't?" You? I'm like, I'm just sticking to myself. I have this brick wall up now, and I just want to investigate, and that's it. My circle of friends is very small now, and I just want to investigate and get answers, and that's it. But we do have a positive thing, though. The so-called the B word bullies, they stopped. So there is a positive, and you did say that. Oh, there's no way this could ever happen, George. No way, no way. It's happening, even though it's hush hush. But wait, I'll try to sound like you, George. It's happening. I know you're right, but I don't have any makeup on. But it's happening, Miss G. It's happening. I'm impressed with the. I wish I could just say, you know what? I'm impressed with you. Whoever you are, the bully. I'm impressed with you. Thank you for calming down a lot. Damn
and
it. Except there is that one guy though. Never mind.
oh yeah, so yeah, back to so Saturday we'll be having a show because again, I think there were 7 people that this was all, about, and 6 of them
Back
all
that.
stopped. It just stopped. It
Right.
just stopped all the drama and the craziness.
Yeah.
But then there was one.
Oh.
And of course, of all of them, he's the biggest drama king, and he loves to profess that he's the best paranormal investigator out there. Nobody can compete with him. Nobody looks as good as him. Nobody's as fit as him. Nobody eats as well as he does. All of these different things, and he doesn't care about this field, although he's on a paranormal television show.
I know we're not allowed to say the name, and I'm not going to say the name. I get it. Can't say who it is, but I'll tell you what. I've seen his stuff on whatever channel it may be. He's a crappy investigator. He is a crappy investigator. He is just so bullying. He bullies the paranormal. He's like on the people from the other side. He bullies them. I'm not even saying his name.
Yeah, well, again, so it's going to have a little bit of this, and it's going to be a little bit of the whole Parahor shirt debate is going to be part of that, because now we've got new shirts out there, and so it's going to be an interesting show. So everybody, a lot. Well, I'm not going to say everybody. A lot of you, when I canceled the other show, everybody was really down. It was so crazy because when we started talking about it, like, people were all mad at you and saying you were going to be a bully, and only a couple people said that to me. Most people, I think that they follow me long enough that they know that if I'm going to actually put your information out like that, I'm going to put you on blast. Oh yeah, it's something bad, because I don't got time to, like, oh, so and so doesn't like me, or so and so,
Yeah, but you have some big. You got. I'm not saying. I'm just saying you have some big, big names that still want to talk about it. Some big names that still want to sit in front of them and sit with you, and they want to vent. That's some big names, man. There's no stopping those people, and I stand behind them. I'll stand side to side because I think they're doing the right thing, because they have to worry about their reputation. Their reputation is just on the line as anybody else.
I think it just, it gets to a point that people don't want to get involved in the drama, but when you don't do anything to, stand up for yourself,
it won't stop.
They want to bully you more. And so it's, again, yes, you can block and you can delete. We talked about this before. You can block, you can delete people. But the thing is they'll post stuff and people will send it to you, or they'll create a fake account and send you messages. I mean, it just doesn't stop. And some of the stuff that I've seen, like, I can't even believe comes out of people's mouth, to other people. You say you respect women and you stand up for, the rights of women, but yet you're calling them every foul, name that you could possibly think. Like, there's just so much going on. And so, again, whether people like the show that I'm going to do or not, that is completely up to you. If that's a show that you don't feel like you'd be interested in, then by all means, you check in the next week, because next week will be something different, and the next week will be something different again. So, but for all of you that have been asking me, we will definitely be doing this show for sure. I'm not doing it. Okay, let's see. Kelly says, Contact in the Desert just ended, and I wish I could have made it there. Seen a lot of videos from Brian Forrester, and it looked amazing again this year. Yeah, I've had Brian on the show before. I had been invited to go out there many times, and I so wanted to go this year. I had said last year, I'm going to go this year, and then I swear, every year something happens.
Your mom is more. Your mom.
And now my mom's going through, so I wasn't leaving, far away at all. So yeah, it's crazy, but yeah, I'm hoping next year. George, maybe you and Kara should go too. We should all go out there. That's a great experience out there.
Is that no? I'm green. I don't know what that is.
Contact in the Desert is kind of a UFO conference out in the desert, and they do the camping. They've got a bunch of speakers.
Oh, that'd be great. I would love. We just got watching a movie called Area 51 a few weeks back, and it was really interesting. It was a movie, but it was interesting.
Yep. All right. Let's see. Oh my gosh, you guys are just commenting so much I can't even keep up with all of them.
How's Renee doing? How's he doing?
Renee's doing good. Renee is working, and I have to say thank you to you, George. We didn't really I was going to make the announcement next week, but then of course all this happened, so I didn't have the guest, so we'll make the announcement now. But for now, George is going to be standing in for Renee. Renee took on a new job, and he's got new hours, and for now, he isn't going to be able to be available during these hours. So George was nice enough, since he's kind of became a familiar face and everybody likes him. We decided, hey, it's time to give him an offer. So he will be a full-time host right now, and he will still be guest hosting on Paranormal Connections, because if not, he'll be there anyways. What's the difference?
What's the difference? And I appreciate the helicopter you bought me. That came with the contract.
Anytime.
And I love the helicopter. Thank you so much.
Did you like the security that went along with it?
I did, and the red carpet, that was great. I'm just telling you right now, I'm actually quitting my job tomorrow. I'm in. I can't.
I take good care of
I
my
know.
co.
I love it. I love it.
All right, let's see. Let's see. I'm not talking about the fashion. You guys are like, whoo, just
How's everybody doing out there? Is everybody? I can't see any of it, of course, but I just got to move you in. I think you just live with us. You
oh.
know,
I know. Kelly says, does anyone know if the guest is coming on? He was unable to get connected through his video, so he is rescheduled to next week. And he'll be on. That's Jeff Woolwine. He'll be coming on talking about his UFO book. And boy, oh boy, you want to talk about somebody who has a lot of information. This is going to be a great show. But he was having technical difficulties getting on with his phone. So again, we've rescheduled it to next Thursday, and he will be here with us.
great.
Let's see, Robert says George will speak more than Renee anyhow.
It's true. When I first started watching, I was like, "Is Renee? Is he alive?" I was like, you know what?
No,
He was so quiet. I
it's
talked.
because he plays in the damn chat room.
Yeah, I know. Well, at least he's not sending something pics. You know, at least you can see what he's doing. Trying to get a date.
And Caroline says, awesome. Kristen says, yay, George. Abe Garland says, hello, y'all. Hey, nice to have you here. Glad to see you. Robert, you guys got too many things. Pat said, nice. George is great. I
Aw.
got what's coming. So,
You know what, Miss G? Why don't you go ahead and go take a break real quick? Go ahead. I dare you now.
you need to.
Wait. I got 3 people that like me. That's good enough. I'm going to turn that 3 into 4. Come on. Just go. Go get something to eat. I love you.
Hey, you can.
You know what? The first time I got.
Look, everybody that watches the stream today should 100% go and ask to join on George's page. He loves to get all kinds of new friends.
No. Yes, I do.
He absolutely loves that, especially if it's from Leatherface or from the Saw guy, the little clown.
You know what? Seriously, that's cold because you know what? Look, people already know that I hate those things. I hate those scary movies. I'll paranormal investigate a toilet, but I don't like scary movies, and especially the Saw guy. The Saw guy, it's like that Chucky doll. It's like that movie, the very first movie I've ever seen, the little dolls, where the dolls come to life and stuff like that. There's some stuff. Oh, dolls. Hold on a minute.
Hey, Samantha, she said, hey, I caught you on. I'm always cooking dinner when you're on. Maggie laughing. Jessica, I missed it. Oh, well, we still got an hour to go. Don't worry. All right, Kelly, we will see you next week for Jeff's show. Thanks for joining in. See, Dave Garland just said, I sent you a friend request, George.
There you go.
I put it out there, and they hop to it and do it.
I can't. You know what? I love it because I have positive energy, and I will make you smile. I got you.
Well, Kristen said that she's sending a remote control tricycle to your house, George.
Shit. You know what? I quit. You know what? That's you know what, Miss Christina. This has gone too far because this is bull. Because you know what? The fact is that you know what? You don't know about these people. What if something like that shows up at my front door? A little.
I think it's pretty damn funny. I would talk about it next week on the show for sure.
Okay, I know I'm a jokester, but that stuff can't happen, guys. I'm serious. That stuff is scary. I don't like that stuff. But thank you. I'm gonna turn into Renee and not talk at all.
Whatever. Dave says George is awesome, and Robert said he friended you a few weeks back. So see, Robert, so you already got 2 of the listeners over there. See,
look at that.
Soon you're famous. You're gonna be a celebrity, George.
I don't want that. I just want to be I just want to be a co-host. Oh wait,
I'm just a host. It's all right.
Just a host.
Just a host. That's it.
I appreciate it. No, you know what? I tell you, Facebook is fun. I was always against Facebook. My wife got me into it. But, I've met some just phenomenal people. I really have. And I can actually say that, some of these people are just so nice to me. And it does make I just love it. I just like all the people. I like all the people until they mess up. And they make funny shirts and they put their name on the front of them, or, they show, stuff like that. I don't know, like an emblem says whatever, and then screw it up by putting your name underneath it. I don't know. Sorry.
Oh, Kara says that she thinks that Kristen should do it.
You know what?
Gotta love your wife.
Yeah, I love her. Great. Love you, baby.
We'll have to set something up behind the scenes. Oh, Jessica says that George is a celebrity. Hashtag famous.
I gotta go. You know what, you guys? Stop. You guys are funny. You're
moistly famous.
You know what? That's my favorite word, moist.
I know.
I love. Look at. There's not. Okay, so you know what? Look at. This is gonna sound silly, and people are gonna leave your show. Moist. I would rather have so much moist cake. It's ridiculous. I love the word moist. Moist doesn't mean anything else. You people are just gutter mind. Moist is like, oh, so moist. You know what I'm saying? You just got to say it right.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
This is George. It's good to see you're a man and that you show your emotional side when there's nothing wrong with the man that cries. That's very true.
Very true.
100% true.
Thank you. Yeah, yeah. When things really affect, that's being an empath. That's being just sensitive. Like, yeah, it's an up and down thing for me. I could cry if it's something that hits real hard at home, for sure.
Para-Terra, she said moist. That's right.
Para-Terra is I've grown to her. She's like a firecracker. She's like somebody you don't want to mess with. You don't want to be in a dark alley with, and you got the Slurpee in your hand. She is a badass. She'll just take it from you. She has that attitude in a good way. She'll say, "Is that Slurpee for me?" And if you don't say no, if you don't say yeah, she'll just take it from you. She's an awesome girl. Sorry, but Miss G,
that kind of girl.
Christina,
she fit right in.
You're the best, though, Miss Christina. You're the best. You're a top of the world. Top of the world.
You're killing me.
That's all
right. Robert says, George of the Para, friend to you and me.
That's right. Hey, you know what? I'm going to make me a shirt. I'm going to make me a shirt right there, and then I'm going to put my name on it. It says fitness person, maybe a nice guy, and filled with positive. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Then it says like a big circle with a hashtag going across, and it may say like bullies on it, like a red thing. I'm thinking about putting it red right here. I'm even thinking about getting a tattoo across my chest this weekend. Maybe I'll have that done by Saturday. Kind of like a board, maybe like a Monopoly board. I don't know, Monopoly board, or it may be, or even Candyland with chutes and ladders. I'll have ladders going all the way up here with these people crawling. Man, I got ideas. What's wrong?
Yeah, it'll be an interesting show for sure.
Oh, I can't wait.
It will definitely be interesting. Okay, everybody. So we've at the top of the hour. So you can go ahead. First of all, if you have any questions for George and I, feel free to post them. As I said, the second hour we were going to do answering questions from the listeners. So feel free to post it or give an opinion or whatever you want. We'll say it on air. And
don't hold back. Any questions? It doesn't even matter. Any questions?
Just don't ask him about a Leatherface or
no scary stuff. None of that stuff. And we won't talk about sharks or dolls or God, I even forgot what you're scared of.
Alligators.
Alligator. Oh, that's it. Alligators.
That's it.
I can't wait.
Kristen said, "Holy shit, Monopoly board! I'm choking on my water."
I think it's a great idea. I don't know. Some people, I don't think I've ever met anybody with some type of putting something. I don't know. I can't really remember anymore.
I do have to say though, I came across the other night. I came home and I was just having such a bad day. Like my mom's surgery got rescheduled, and like so many things were going on. And all of a sudden, I checked, and I think Kristen had put up a post or something about the unsolicited pics, and I don't even know what it was. I can't even remember. Right, my brain's so fried at this point, and I look on there, and you got the damn little dog standing up doing the little dance.
That was
Yes, I died. I took a drink of Pepsi and I saw it. I just spit
You know what?
Pepsi all over the
That
keyboard.
that dog has been sending DICK pics around to everybody without asking. Yeah, he sent me a picture of himself. It was great. I just thought it was perfect. It was perfect.
Jessica, you're funny, Jessica. Jessica just said, "Can I call into the show on Saturday wearing a bald cap and a Ouija tattooed on my chest?"
Oh, Ouija board! What a great
Girl, you,
idea.
you can do whatever you'd like.
Wait, who was that? Who was
That
it?
was Jessica.
Jessica, absolutely, absolutely. Because I'm going. You know what? I'm saying it. I'm doing without a shirt on the whole entire show. So everybody show up. I can't wait with a Monopoly board on my chest. I can't wait.
Well, Dave Garland says, "George, I'll take you out gator hunting. You'll love it. Just ask my wife."
Oh,
Yeah, he definitely can go gator hunting with you. Not me.
I would
Just
love
him.
that. I would
Well,
love.
you go ahead. You want to be some gator bait? By all
No,
means, feel free to. You are a California boy.
no, but wouldn't you do it? I mean, I know you don't like gators, but if you're in those big boats with the big fan in the back, there's
Hell no.
you wouldn't even.
No.
No,
Look, George,
yes,
the our FM broadcasting network
yes.
is in New Orleans. In the owner's house of the network, it goes right up to the bayous.
And there's alligators and crocodile. What's the difference between a crocodile and an alligator? What's the
The
difference?
alligators are the freshwater, so that's what they have as alligators, and then the crocodiles are the saltwater, I believe, or one the other. Like,
That's
I
fine.
feel like this is gonna go to a viral video of done brunettes or something. But I think that's the way it is. But anyway, I know that they've got alligators now. Although they say, "Oh," my producer, he always is like, "Oh, Christina, no, you should come down. When you come down, I'll take
Yes.
you, and we'll go, and I'll take you out in the boat in the swamp." And I'm like, "What? You don't like me? Like, the hell?" And he's like, "No, we can go." No, I don't want to see any gators. I don't want to go to the gator
God,
zoo over
that would
there
be
or whatever
so
they
much
have.
fun. That would be no.
By all means, you go, and if you don't get eaten, send me a video back. The only kind of videos I like to see of alligators or crocodiles is when they have them in these stupid for people to go and visit, and they put their head in there,
Oh,
and
that's
it's like
stupid.
90 degrees out, and they're like all sweating, and then all of a sudden they stick their head in there, and you can tell it's like probably their first time doing it, and then that bead of sweat drops.
That's it.
Love
It's
it
over.
every time. I'm like, that's what you get when you're done. When I see somebody get out of a car like they did recently at a safari,
Oh God, yeah, yeah.
I expect for your ass to get eaten up by the tigers.
Was that no? That was the leopards, right? Where they had their children. They went there in this open.
No, just a recent one that just happened. They had these two. Yeah, they were. Oh no, they were female lions. That's what it was.
Oh,
It was
that's what it
female
was.
lions.
Right. Yeah.
And they did that. But I also saw, like, that's why I never want to go on a safari. You're gonna take me to a safari, it better be a bus, and it better be all enclosed. Like, you're not taking me on a freaking Jeep ride that has no fucking windows.
You
I
know what?
saw this stupid
You're,
two white albino tigers,
yeah.
and they jumped into the Jeep.
Yeah. No. I
And
saw that.
the trainers were like, "Oh, just be calm, be calm." And then slowly they just got him out. And I was just like waiting, and I'm like, "Oh, just bite his head." Like, that's what you get for who goes out to the jungle you go out in the jungle in a tank, not in a damn topless.
Exactly. Absolutely. No, the safari for you, Christina, is the Oakland Zoo. That's your safari. They're behind
I don't
cages.
even like to go there. I'm not a zoo person.
Wow.
I will go and take my grandkids because
Yeah.
that's where they like to go. But I am not sure. I don't go to the alligator exhibit. I don't go to the big snake exhibit. None of those things. I don't want to go see the killer whales or anything like that. I want to go to the aquarium. I'm
So
not
what?
interested.
So you're after. I'm sorry. So you're the one that walks in, pays 50 cents for some feed, and you feed the goats. You're the goat person. You just hang out with the. Oh, come
Yeah.
on, Christina. We're going to the zoo. You know what? That's it. Everybody, that's it. Send all your donations. Here's my address. Blah 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 blah. And I'm taking Christina to the damn zoo. Thank you.
All right, we'll go to the zoo. I'm still not going to the alligator exhibit.
Oh, that would be so much fun. And
Well,
then
you can go take pictures and send them to me.
no, and then somehow we can get you in VIP status. They'll just tell you who you are, and they'll say, "Oh yeah, Miss Christina George, you
Yeah.
can just go ahead, and we're going to let you feed the alligators. You can feed them with the chunk of meat. It's like half a dog or a cat."
I can't stand you. I would be so mad. I'd push you in and make you alligator bait.
Oh, I'd be so freaked out. Yeah, no, I couldn't do it either. But you're
Yeah,
fun though. You're fun.
Can't do any of that. No. All right, so Dave says gator tail is so tasty. Look, I have eaten alligator before. I've had an alligator purse. I've had some alligator boots. I just don't go anywhere where they're alive. If they're dead, I'm not afraid of them. Like I'm not afraid of dead stuff. I'm afraid of the living stuff. Just like I'm not afraid of spirits. I'm afraid of the live humans. That's what I'm afraid of.
Absolutely. That you know what? That is so
I'll take
serious.
a demon over a human anytime.
You are so on it tonight.
Get rid of it was a demon or whatever. Robert's gonna correct me. My good friend from Australia. He says there are fresh and saltwater crocs. So the crocodiles are the ones that can be in either one. And I'll tell you, Mr. Robert White decided to jump on the bandwagon just like you did with Renee. And so now every time there's like this huge sighting in Australia, he has to make sure to let me know. So
Yep.
I'm a running joke with everybody.
I can't wait for a Halloween party, hopefully in October. I don't know. We'll see what's going on because I know what I'm going to be, and I know what you're going to be.
Kristen says we'll go hunting in the Everglades on the way to Fort Myers. Kick Mr. Hollywood's ass. I'm not going nowhere near the Everglades. Like you guys can go wherever you would like. I will take a plane and I will meet you there. I don't even go into Florida. I'm sorry. It's like a no-go zone. I have a map. I will post it later. But anywhere that they have alligators or they have crocodiles or they've got great white sharks or they have big snakes or really big spiders is a no-go zone. So I'm pretty much stuck in California.
Let me ask you a question. Where's the next place you're going to be with like Paracons? Is there something coming up for you soon? What's your next one?
Yes, I am. So July 13th and 14th, because it's Friday the 13th. I'm going to be in Easton, Pennsylvania at the Horsefly Chronicle House. And it is one of the named most haunted private residences in the U.S.
What's the address of that place?
I've heard about it.
What's the address? Do you have the address? Do you have the address of that?
Yeah, let me pull it up. But it's definitely interesting. And for my show, Paranormal Connections, I'm going to be the guest host for this. And not only will I be doing the event, which includes a 4-course meal and a dessert, and you also afterwards, we're going to get to investigate the location privately. But one step further is that I am actually going to spend the weekend there at the house itself.
That's awesome.
And I'm going to stay in the portal room.
Wow. That is Everybody send your donations because I want to go.
You guys can go to dinnerwithaghost.com, and for all of the ticket information, you'll get the information as soon as you buy your tickets. They'll send you the address on the ticket and stuff. But it's going, as I said, it's going to be in Easton, Pennsylvania, and it will be July 13th and 14th. So Friday the 13th, you don't got anything to do. Boy, oh boy, should this be an interesting time. I'm going to do a little seance minus any Ouija board. We're just going to be using Miss Christina, the conduit, and I'm going to see what I can connect with. We're going to be live streaming throughout the weekend, throughout the event. Obviously, I'm not going to be streaming all of it because why would anybody buy any tickets otherwise? But I will be throughout the night, we will be live streaming different parts of it, etc. And then I will be live streaming during the night when I'm doing my investigations.
Wow. So okay, so everybody knows. See, I had a little. Everybody knows where she's going to be. So send all your alligators, send all your snakes, send all your dolls, send all your stuff to that location. You know where she's going to be on the 13th and 14th. So anybody that lives near to her, go ahead and bring everything you got to that location. Miss Christina will not mind. So now you know where she's going to be at. That's that. See, I always have something that is on my mind, and that was it. And I can't wait.
That's all right. They got to buy a ticket in order to send it. So you know what? If they buy a ticket, they can gladly send me an alligator, stuffed animal, or something. No problem.
There you go. See, I got you. I got you, Christina.
Thank you so much.
I got you, buddy.
Kristen says Christina won't even go to Florida because she thinks she's going to get attacked by a gator. Absolutely. It's not just Florida. There are many other states that have alligators that I also will not visit. And there are places around the world that have them, and I won't go there either. And I also don't go on cruises because with my final destination luck, I will probably be out in the middle of the ocean and will, hit a rock or something like that, or something will happen and the boat will catch on fire, it goes down, I'm going to be in the middle, and I'm absolutely going to get eaten by a great white shark. I know this. It's like a premonition, which is why I stay out of the damn water.
You watch way too much. You know what? Honestly, I remember when I first started doing this with you, I couldn't talk. I'd keep my mouth shut. I was quiet. I was like, I just wouldn't talk. Now, oh God, you can't shut me up because you know what? You're just worried about stuff. You watch too many movies. You deserve to go on these trips. You deserve to pet an alligator. You deserved to have a snake around your neck.
I would deserve to be dead if that was the case.
Oh, I
would be stupid as hell to even chance that, knowing the way my luck goes.
Well, where you live,
years of bad luck, it's not like it's going to change tomorrow, and like the alligator's going to kiss me and be my new friend. Not happening. Sorry.
Well, I know where you live, and it's not a bad thing. But you know what? They had an alligator there in Sacramento. So you know what? You know about that one at the. It was in one. I don't know where it was. A Delta. There was an alligator there, so they're everywhere.
Dave said this is turning into a Steve Irwin show. See, my luck, I get stung by a stingray. That's why I don't scuba dive either.
Jesus Christ!
When I see it happen to other people, I already figure that probably I don't jump out of planes. Although I'm scared of heights, but I love roller coasters. Like I love theme parks.
Right.
But I'm not jumping out of a plane.
No.
All right. Kristen says, you guys are so California.
Where does she
I'm
live
not going to lie. I am a straight 100% bred Cali Italian girl.
Where does she live at?
100% through and through.
Is she in Florida?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh, actually, now she's somewhere else, but she did used to live in Florida. But
okay.
Dave says, Animal Planet Paranormal.
Oh, he's right. That's what we're talking about. Wow.
Jessica says, I'd be more afraid of hippos. They're scary. Well, shit, I'm not going anywhere where there's hippos either, so we don't need to worry about that. I'm not even going to let that because I'm never going out to where they got hippos. So I'm staying in California. Let's see. Samantha says, you wouldn't like Six Flags Discovery Kingdom then. Look, I love Disneyland, but I will never, ever go to Walt Disney World. First of all, because it's in Florida. But second of all, on top of being in Florida, they got a damn alligator beach that people go to, and people's kids get eaten. And for parents that don't like their kids anymore, got really bad kids, come on, kids, let's go to Disney World. And then they take them, they say, go play by the water, go play on the beach, or we'll sit right here and watch. And then when they get eaten, it's not like child abuse or anything. That lady didn't get, they're like, hey, on the mom's fault. That's the way it is. You took your kid to an alligator beach. I'm telling you, those are parents that no longer want their children. And they don't want them to go to foster care, so they tell all the secrets. Right. The secrets are going down with the Walt Disney alligators.
You got me thinking because Kara, you got me a great thing because Kara has a great life insurance. Think about taking her down the floor.
Oh my God, you better stop right there. You better not even finish that thought right now. Jessica says she works at the zoo on Mondays.
Wow. What? And that would be
And
fun.
invite George someday for a VIP tour.
I'd take it. I'd take it.
Kristen says, Christina will take you shark fishing on the beach too. I'll help you catch a 600-pound hammerhead. I love to fish, but I'm going to be off like the side of the lake. And, I don't know. They've even, a few sharks have made it, from like off the bay into the river. So it possibly could happen, but no problem, Corvinus. See you later. I don't know what he said. He says it's off topic. I'm done for tonight. Well, I don't know what off topic was, because anybody who ever listens to the show, and he does a lot, knows that this is how the show goes. The first hour, we were just going to talk about the natural disaster stuff that was going on in the Pre Cogs, which we did. Second hour is going to be asking questions. You don't got a question? Come back next week when the guest is here and listen to that show. Figure. All right, we're back to dealing with the listeners and the viewers that want to be heard, because I don't care about anything else. All right. Paraterra says, I know where we can find gator bait in Florida.
Wait, can we stop? Paraterra, come on, girl.
And that, look, this it's turned into the zoo show. So yeah, we're gonna get away from that. Okay. Samantha says, that reminds me when my mom had a ghost that would move the cookie jar and leave crumbs and then shake beds at night. Yeah. Those are, I've grown up and lived in some really creepy houses, some really scary stuff when I was little, go on. Nothing ever hurt me or anything like that. But even when I was little, I was completely infatuated with horror movies. I used to watch Creature Features every Saturday night.
Oh my God, I forgot about Creature Feature. Gosh, yeah.
And that was like way back, and
wow. You brought me back about 40 years.
Like that, the Twilight Zone, like those were all the things that, I watched on the weekends and at night when I could stay up late. And I've always really been drawn to it, even now. Like now it's a little bit different because it's a much more gory horror, it's like,
yeah,
it's a lot different. But then it also makes you look at 40 years or so when you're watching, like The Blob or something, and you look at it now and you're like, oh my God, how in the world was that scary to anybody back then? But, The Blob was like a big hit back then. So
yep, you're right.
Cora says, too many things in the ocean that want to eat me. I'll stay on the beach. I'm with you, Cora. I'm staying on sand. Jessica said, my nephew got stung by a stingray today in San Diego. Oh my God, that's horrible, Jessica. I am so sorry to hear that. Hope he's okay. But see, another reason why, that might happen. Look, and then somebody's got to pee on me something real quick. And what about if whoever's with me, didn't drink a lot of water that day and dehydrated? I'm going to die right on the beach.
Oh, you know what? I'd pee on you anytime you want, Christina. I can work it out.
Okay. Now, that's definitely in a whole nother direction. But I'm glad that,
I got you.
I'm glad that somebody got me. That's the thing.
I'd probably laugh the whole time though, because I'd be like, "Oh shit, get this on live Facebook right now."
That would be the worst part too. Is that I would have to say, George, will you please pee on me? Like, how horrible would that have to be? On live video.
Oh Lord. Yeah.
Vicky says you're looking real good, so pretty. Thank you so much, Vicky. So glad to see you here. I hope everything's going well with you. You're feeling better as well. Hey, Christopher, good to see you too. He says alligators to me taste good when skewered for tail steaks. I don't know. I don't even know what kind of. See, I don't know. Is there like all of our? And I don't even want to go back to the gator thing. I'm going to leave that one alone. I don't even need to go down that thing. Oh Lord, see, it's just like what he's talking about. Sharpay. Oh, Kristen says she's from Fort Lauderdale, but now she lives in South Carolina.
Oh, wow. Big change.
Let's see. Okay, no more sharks. Oh my God, Kristen said a kid was dragged into the water at one of the Disney resorts in Orlando and eaten. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was talking about. Absolutely. That's why I stay the hell away from there. All right. Hey, Elizabeth. Nice to see you, hon. Hope everything is good with you. Oh, why we were talking about, when you get stung by a stingray, you got to pee on this. She said, that's funny. We said the same thing, but apparently it only works with jellyfish. Oh, you know what? That makes sense because I do think it's jellyfish. See, I'd have had you pee on me for nothing. That would have just been so gross. See, that would have been horrible.
Damn it. Damn it.
I need to take some lessons here before.
You know what? Because the next time I see if we go camp and it's like, oh, wait a second, you just got stung by a bee. Oh, somebody pee on her fast. Hurry, hurry. I don't know, man. Where's this going? This is going from paranormal to alligators are peeing on everybody. This is your
fault. All right,
fault.
so what? Yeah, I know. It's what's new though. Are you surprised?
No, I love it. I love normal conversations. This is great.
The thing is that like I do my shows. Well, now people know I do my shows the way I would just do a video call with somebody. It's just so random. And even when I have guests, like if a guest sends me a list of questions that he wants me to ask him, I send him to another radio show. Like I so can't do that. Like I can ask you questions because when you send me questions, that means you're trying to avoid certain questions. So for me, those are the questions I'm going to want to ask.
I like this. I mean, this is the best 2 hours, at least for myself, maybe not to others, but where you don't have no script. You just talk like you're just talk. And that's what's great about now, because that's all we're doing is talking. And this is the positive stuff that's going on in the paranormal. This is positive stuff.
Positive. That's what we said. We were going to talk about some positivity in the paranormal. I will say that some of the positive things are there are a lot of really good people that I've met through the paranormal field that are very like-minded. It is all about helping people, doing what we can to educate people, bring evidence and all of that to the forefront. The problem is that we have the internet and social media.
Yeah.
So even though they say, oh, para-unity, oh, you shouldn't be, have all the drama and the paranormal, oh, you're part of it. Like if you're on social media, at some point you're going to get drawn into it because it doesn't even matter. You can just put a simple comment and people will just attack you like crazy on the page. So, I mean, we've all seen it happen. But there are a lot of really good people out there. And it's kind of like, you have to kind of filter everything and everybody. And some people you find that you'll want to keep hanging out with and investigating with. Other people you'll be like, you know what? You're an okay person. Probably not. We don't mesh real well, maybe the energy. But I don't got nothing against you. I wish you luck. And then there's other people that you're just like, oh, hell no. I'll never investigate with them again. Just not happening.
The people that go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Well, the people, like you were just saying, the ones you mesh with or don't mesh with, it's the ones when you go to an investigation and you'll find that one person that just wants to be in control of the whole thing. And it's all about that one person. Instead of just remember, we're all there. We're all going after the same exact thing. And, that's what people are losing the sight of. We're all there for the exact same thing.
Well, I think a lot of times, especially like within groups, because my group gets on me all the time because we'll go out there and, they're all looking to me to lead the group.
You're a good leader. You're a good leader.
Yeah, but you know what? Look, I could drop dead tomorrow and then what's going to happen? It's just going to fall apart because nobody knows what to do. Hell no. I don't need to be the leader. Like I will take the lead and I'll show you guys what to do, but I want everybody training so we can be equals. so that we can go out there and we can investigate together. Again, that's why I love my team, because we're absolutely so many from all, races, religions, backgrounds, all these different things, and we mesh absolutely amazing. And I think that that's kind of what you have to do in the paranormal field, because there's so many people. It's just like regular people out there just walking around, right? Some people you may meet on the street, and you may say hi and everything, and you may never see them or speak to them again. But you may meet somebody on the street, or where you're out somewhere, and they just seem so interesting or so cool that you just like, you know what, I'd love to connect with you on social media or talk to you, again, or whatever. And again, I think that we have to do this. We just have to weed through people as they come. And my biggest thing is that, okay, if you don't like somebody again, you just move forward. Because again, more than likely you are going to end up, and again, this is if you want to do like events, conferences, all these things, you have a very high chance of running into other people in your area. I mean, we go from like Washington State to Southern California, down by Mexico. And all those people attend all the same investigations, because it's like a 8 hour, 6 hour, depending on where you're coming from, drive, to get here, which isn't too far for a lot of people on the paranormal. So again, you'll see that probably on the East Coast is probably the same way. You got a lot of people that go to them out there. So if you're not going to like them, that means that you're pretty much not going to end up working, because nobody wants a bunch of drama at their event because people can't get along. Then you can just find more people. So again, I think trying to find like-minded people, those people and sometimes people seem really, really cool and everything's good until you say something that you don't agree with them about. And then as soon as you don't agree with them, then it's like a full-on war. And because it's not like I don't like you. Okay, that would be okay. You might go and post on social media, oh, I really don't like this person, blah, 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 blah. But it's not that. It's like personal threats, threats of violence and harm, talking horribly to people. We have all these different things, and we see it over and over and over, that it keeps, going on, that we finally get to a point that it evolves to where the field is at right now. So I've always said this, and me and you have argued about, or not argued, but debated this subject. I truly, as much as I love the idea of paranormal unity, I think that it's only going to happen in small groups. And it's only going to happen when people facilitate, people who have the same mindset, pull together, work together, do their events together, all these different things. So, I think that's kind of where we need to go. But I think that also that's the positive side. But on the other side, if you've really got these really negative people that just keep doing this stuff, they do it because nobody feels empowered to call them out.
Yeah, you're right.
That's what we need to make a positive change, is for people to stop allowing it to happen, to stop allowing it to consume them, and stop allowing, what other people to say to affect you so much. And I know sometimes it's hard. I do. I've been there. I am talking from personal experience. But the attention and the reaction is exactly what they want. Exactly. So I always say it's kind of like the paranormal chess game. So, there's certain times I'm just quiet and I just make my little moves behind the scene. And then I eventually get tired of it just continuing, and I just come out with the whole checkmate and put it all out there and say what I have to say. Just like I'm done, and knock all the pieces down and walk away, like a mic drop, and walk away.
Ooh.
And that's where I'm kind of at with, with this. There's always people that try to kind of provoke me, poke me, and they'll say stuff about me, wanting to get a rise out of me. But so much has been going on with my life recently that I could care less, to be absolutely honest, what anybody is saying. I'm kind of just focused on with what's going on right now in my own life. So, but again, some people listen, some people don't. And, the people who don't, eventually I think it is that they want the attention. because they say that, I only have this person or I talk about this person because I want ratings and his name brings me ratings. And I'm like, so far, I so don't care about ratings, but I have a very good following, so I'm not going to worry about that part. But we noticed too that when we had him on the show, and this is the person we'll be talking about on Saturday, when we had him on the show, he was the one posting about how his views, went up, and it's so huge right after coming on the show, and all the views grew and all of that. But just as well as this kind of good, publicity can help you, some of them, they're so starved for attention that they'll say, well, if they're not going to give me positive, attention, negative attention will be okay. So I'll try to put stuff out there on social media and bait them, just bait them to say something. But you know what? You throw that hook out to me way too many times, and I'm just going to grab it and try to pull you into the. Well, I see that scenario did not even apply to this because I would never be in the water. But anyway, I grab it. I don't play that. It's like poking a bear, after you poke so many times, or poking a dog, if you do it, or pulling the dog's tail, you do it enough, eventually that dog's going to bite.
Yeah.
And then we're going to go back, and I'm just going to move on, and everything's going to be completely.
Well, I think everybody, including myself, you find who you get along with in the paranormal, and that's all you do. Don't worry about the people that you don't get along with. Just let them do their own stuff. I found where I haven't gotten the privilege to investigate with you yet, but I know that we're going to get so much evidence. I know it's going to be fun. I know there's going to be respect. I know. And if you have that, if you go with your gut right away, and some people that, they don't get along with somebody, just don't investigate with them again. Just let them go on, and you just do your own thing, and don't worry about them. Just worry about yourself, and it's just, it's all you got to do. I think all of us are into that. Not all of us, but a lot of us are always looking for that drama and that crap, and just, they forget why they're really there. You're there to investigate, and that's why you're there.
Absolutely. Pat's asking, you asked for questions with all of the volcanoes, fires, etc. Is there anything positive coming about? Thanks for joining us.
I think there is. I think for me, this is going to sound silly, and you'll give a different, probably more brighter answer than mine. It's just preparing now. All this stuff happening is you given an opportunity. Everybody needs to start preparing for the worst. What could happen so many miles from your house or whatever. So for me, it's opening my eyes a lot more. I'm learning that anything can happen. What about you there, Christina?
Well, I mean, according to the information that I've received as far as from the precogs, I would say that I'm not being shown any, end of the world type scenarios.
No.
Unfortunately, I do see that this year, I mean, there are going to be some major weather situations that happen that we are going to lose a lot of lives. And again, I've seen major earthquakes, the volcanoes, the wildfires, the landslides. We're seeing all of them happen, and mass amounts of people are being, killed in those. And I don't think that's going to change. I also, again, saw a tsunami that happens, and a domino effect of earthquakes and volcanoes erupting. I do see, again, a large earthquake hitting the West Coast, but I see being multiple. And when I say big, I want to say, at the low end, it would be in the 4s. High end, it's going to be
5.9.
Well, I think even higher than that. I think that it will be the one that, like, they're showing me. I would say probably is going to be at least a 7. Like, there's going to be some damage wherever it hits, but I see multiple places being affected. So again, Northern California, and I'm just getting an area between Redding and San Francisco. I only know San Francisco because of the bridge it's showing me. And then also in the Southern California, between Southern California and San Diego area, like by Baja, Mexico. And so I see that they're going to happen pretty close together. So I do see those things happening. But again, these are things that we cannot change, or at
Oh,
least I don't know how to change them. The information has just been given to me. I really never knew what to do with it because people either don't believe me, or then when they see how accurate and how things start happening right after I put this stuff out, then they get really scared. And it's never been my intention to ever scare anybody with the information I put out. And I stopped posting it for a while. But Renee and I had talked, and, again, for me, if the information that I give helps one person, just one person, I would be completely okay with that. I don't need to save the world. That's way beyond, my pay grade, or whatever I'm doing. That is way past what I'm supposed to. I'm not a superhero, although people want to think I am. I just put the information out and tell people to be prepared. Get your stuff in line. I try to say it all the time after these precogs, and I still know people that still to this day, like not too long ago, when a friend of mine messaged me the thing about Guatemala, and there was like 16,000 or something people that were killed by from it when it erupted. So a lot of people died in there. And the worst part about it was over there. So you know how we have, like in Hawaii, they have the molten lava, the real hot, or it looks red. In Guatemala, when this blew, it mixed in with a lot of like dirt that blew and exploded, and it causes it to be like a liquid cement that you would pour out for like a sidewalk.
wow.
And it is fast moving, so it's not like your regular lava. It's like a landslide, but it's real thick, and it's lava. But it's
Wow.
mixed with all this, so it looks like a gray cement landslide,
Wow.
and it's all liquidy, and it can actually suck things into it as it's going. So that was kind of interesting. But they sent the message to me and said, "Oh, look at what this happened." But again, right away they were like super scared, and they said, "This makes me really think. I know you've been saying this for a while on your shows, but it's probably really is time for me to get a bug out bag together and get my stuff in order." And I'm like, this person has been listening for like 6 years at least, and I'm like, I've been saying the same thing like a broken record the whole time that I've been talking about this. And it's just now that people are starting, like I'm telling you, people, don't wait till the last minute. I saw that happen here in Napa when we had the wildfires, and people literally had seconds to get out of their house before it went up in flames. So you need to have not only a bug out bag that is in your home, but you also need to have a secondary plan, a backup plan if you can't get to your home. I get that people say, "Oh, I'm ready. I've got all the rations and I've got all the supplies." And I'm like, okay, and what about if it disaster happens when you're at work and you can't get back to your house, or by, for heaven's sakes, your like house is no longer there or something. All your supplies are gone with it. You should always have a backup plan. And so if that means you have supplies somewhere else in another part of town, even if it's with family or somebody that live further away, if something happened, at least there's somewhere that either they could come and bring you supplies, or you could get to there and you'd have supplies or things like that. But you have to have a plan on if everybody thinks that an earthquake or a natural disaster is going to happen at night when everybody's together, and somebody's going to wake up and they're going to get everybody together and everybody's going to escape. And it's not always how it happens. And so your kids might be at school, they might be at daycare, they might be wherever. You and your husband might have jobs at two different places, in your town. Maybe you work in a different state. Any of those things. What is your plan for those scenarios? You have to think beyond just, "Oh, I'm prepared."
You know what? You're absolutely right. You got me thinking for a moment, because my wife works in Pleasanton and I'm in Livermore. What if it happens during the day? We should probably have a point where look, just pick this tree or whatever it was or whatever it is. Let's meet here. Somehow get to this destination, no matter what. This is where we meet. Have a meeting place. That's huge. I see. I'm taking this away from me tonight because I think that you're on it. You're on this because you called it weeks ago, and I'm listening to you right now. And I think that I will do that tonight and tell her where's our meeting point because I believe in you, and I believe what you're saying, and I think it's a great call.
Well, again, I just want people to be prepared. That's the bottom line. Hey, Sparky, it's so good to see you. She says, I like the slogan, don't be scared, be prepared. And 100%. I mean,
Yep.
yes, we all copied each other because I've been saying that as well. Good night, Elizabeth. Thanks for joining us. We got 10 minutes left, so you made it almost all the way through the show. Thank you. Yeah, you have to be prepared at this point, and we have to look again beyond just the confines of the box. Like, okay, just be prepared. And again, nobody thinks about this stuff, and especially people here in California. We know that we get earthquakes. We know we are way overdue for
Right.
big earthquakes.
89 was our last one, right? In 1989, wasn't the 89
Right.
earthquake?
Right.
6.9, I think it was.
I was taking off in a plane out of SFO headed to Hawaii when that hit.
Wow.
And we could see everything start shaking just as we got off. And then you could see, and then you started seeing explosions and fires. And like we were just watching it as we're going up in the air. And, back then they didn't have that. I think they had like a old phone like that you could use a credit card or whatever. But they said, nobody will be able to use those phones. Like all the phone lines were down. And, that's another thing people don't think about in times of major disaster. Most of the time when we've seen hurricanes or flooding or fires, anything like that, any kind of disaster like that, there is no cell phone service. There is no landline service. They shut all of that off to be able to have first responders be able to get a hold. And then they'll start bringing in mobile trucks so that people can get, cell service out there. But a lot of time, like I said, it ends up, sorry, hold on just a second. They're calling me from my mom's dialysis.
It's funny you said that, like I can't remember what I was doing last Monday, but I remember exactly what I was doing when that earthquake hit. And that was back in 89. I know exactly where I was. I know exactly where I was on the couch. I know exactly what I was eating, everything, but I can't remember last week. And that just shows in the back of our mind, it's just things that are so devastating that we remember. And that was a crappy time. I remember we had no water, no electricity for like a week. It was bad. God, I remember those. That was so bad.
But again, we're overdue, and even though that was big, that's not even the big one that they expect that would be a 9.0 or more, a mega quake. So again, we just get so used to the fact that, okay, it hasn't happened and, we just think it's never going to happen to us. And then it happens. And again, nobody is prepared. You got all these people that are trying to go to the Red Cross or whatever because they're were taken by surprise. So I'm hoping again that it's not just earthquake, but if you live in, tornado areas, if you do any of these things, you need to have a plan, especially if you've got children, if you've got loved ones, if cell phones are going to be down, how are you going to get connected? I mean, you and I mean, we grew up when we didn't have all the electronics and stuff like that. So like we can think like this and try to make alternative, plan A's and plan B's. The younger generation, like again, they don't have cell phones. Like life will stop, existing, and their world will fall apart. So, I mean, I remember my daughter one time, my youngest daughter, the microwave. She put something in, it finally blew up, and it didn't work anymore. And I said, okay. I said, well, I'll go out this weekend and get a new one. And she's like, oh my God, no, we need one right now. And I'm like, what do you mean? She goes, well, how will I heat anything up? And how will I make my cup of noodles? And how will I heat it? I'm like, seriously? Seriously?
You're so right.
Like boil some water in a pot? Like, heat it up in the oven. Like, what do you think we used to do before we had microwaves? And she's like, I don't know. Your life must have sucked but I need a microwave.
Yeah, you're absolutely right on. You're absolutely right.
Go figure. Pat saying, no, another hour, please. Unfortunately, I would love to do another hour, and I know that George would 100% say absolutely. But we both had a long day. I've got to go get my mom from dialysis, or she might be a little upset since it's 8 p.m. here. And, she's like, where's my ride? Other than that, we will see everybody on Saturday.
What time Saturday? What time Saturday? Do you know yet?
Let's put a time down. Let's just what time sounds good, because I think that it may be a little. The good thing about doing it on a Saturday is there's no time limits on it. We can talk as long as we want. As many people who want to call in on the show can. It can go as long or as short as we want it to. It's all in our hands. But what time are you thinking?
I'm straight. How about just like 1 o'clock? It's straight up in the air. It's 1 o'clock. If it's back east, it's like 3 or 4 o'clock. It's still good day. People are not just like 1 o'clock straight up. 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Does that work for you?
Well, yes, that will work, because I have to take my mom to dialysis at 4. So
or what time do you get? Or you could do it an evening thing. You could do an evening thing. Why don't you just do this? You're a professional. Just go ahead and do. You love to write. You're such an amazing writer. Think about it and then type it up. And you know what? I'll be watching. And I'll be there. I can't wait.
All right, everybody. So make sure to join us on Saturday. Just take a look at the page. We'll make sure to post up the promo for it, and feel free to join us. Also, next Thursday, again, make sure to join us where we'll have Jeff Woolwine on. We'll be talking about UFOs. So for everybody that was looking forward to that show, again, I apologize. We can't do anything about technical difficulties on our guest side, so he will be back, but we will not be back on Be Live next week. We will be broadcasting through YouTube, through the Skype channel, so that George and I can be on video, but our guests can just do audio. So make sure to stick around. I hope everybody has a great weekend. Let go of everything right now. Just have a good time. And then on Saturday, come and join us for a lot of laughs. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Take care, everybody.
All right, everyone. You've been listening to Top Secret News Radio Show on the UPRN Talk Radio Network, 107.7 out of New Orleans. And don't get eaten by the gators if you listen.
All right.
All right, everybody. Have a great night, and we will see you on Saturday. Bye, everyone.